to you. It must be 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this beautiful Friday, January the 29th of 2021. The week, the month is over. We've made it through this first month of 2021 with the coronavirus still affecting the entire globe. But we as sales professionals must journey on. So, all week we've been talking about our brothers and sisters that do one of the hardest jobs in sales there. In fact, if you talk to them, they say their job is a lot harder than the people who do major account, key account up and down the street, retail or automotive sales, because people are coming to you door to door. That's a different story. That's where you can really shine. So let's pick it up with the last part of some tips for door to door salespeople that we've been doing all week. And we'll wind this down because you have to get ready the last weekend of the month. You want to make sure you push things through. So, for our door to door brothers and sisters, I want you to think about go for the powerful close. Your closing phrase can make or break your entire pitch. And remember, we've been in their home for a while. There are tons of effective options to choose from. Over time, you'll figure out what works best for you, your sales style, your customer, and here's are some other options just to consider. Now, if you have something to write down or you're going to run this video back later, that's up to you. First of all, you're in someone's home, you devoted your time. I would be direct. In other words, by the point of the pitch, you're already got your prospect saying yes several times. So, as they say in sales, assume the sale. Act as if everyone you get in front of, they want to have it. That takes confidence, which takes repetition, practice. When you have practice, you have consistency. The customer sees someone that is strong, confident, and in control of the situation. Now, to do this, give your prospect a choice where both option and favorite that you presented to them. For example, Mr. and Miss Customer, should I come by again next Tuesday or Thursday? Or do you want it in blue or red? Yes, this can feel a bit pushy, but you spent some time in the home, you've gone through all the steps. We must find out our report card, how well we are doing with our investment of not only their time, but your time. So if they say yes, and they think that you're pushy, they can feel that way. But it's time proven that we need to ask. You want to have your report card. Another less aggressive approach to asking an open ended question, for example, that's always going to give you a yes that keeps you in control of your process. Things like if we throw in, if we can find a way to deal with whatever situation, if there is any reason you wouldn't consider doing business with our company today, remember we're closing. And then, of course, there is the infinity. When we have infinity, or some people call it empathetic driven close. There are closing techniques that can help you connect emotionally with your buyer. You've been with them. But by making sure you're on the same page, because all during your presentation and asking questions, you've been watching their body language. You've seen if they've been engaged or not. Hold that one until you know it's ready to use. The options are endless list. Just make sure you don't forget to ask for the fail while you're in their home. And by the way, following up is a key to every salesperson's job. Always try to collect the prospect's contact information, whether you close the deal or not. This way, you'll be ready if you have to communicate with them down the line with some follow up opportunities. If your prospect converts, congratulations, you did your job and it wasn't that painful. Now that you've gotten them to buy, your likelihood of getting them to buy again will increase. Remember, we had the question and answer. You took some copious notes. You know more about their family, occupation, recreation. This is what we follow up on. Consider upsell or cross sell options like upgrades and accessories. But if your prospect says no, but hung around for the entire presentation, think about it. Maybe the time isn't just right now, but if I have the information to follow up a little bit later, once I get back to my office, you may have something that you can still call, email, and still ask the closing question. And then we need to not feel bad if you hear no, not wanting to quit just because you hear no. Secret, you're going to hear more no's in sales than you're going to hear yeses. Get a thick skin. So instead of telling your buyer, hey, I'm going to leave. I invested some time. I'm following up with you. Why don't you get off the fence? Tell me yes or no. Don't do any of that. When you're following up, try to be polite. That's what they remember you for. But when you look at it from a strict sales perspective, many salespeople say it's a waste of time if they don't get anything. So, a long story short, you don't want to stick around with a prospect who is decided no. No, you always don't get a yes. But when you get a no and you did a great presentation, let me ask you this. Do you think you can get a referral from people that you did a great presentation on? Answer is yes. They know that you're not the owner, but they loved your style and they would be glad to refer you to their neighbor, their coworker, whatever it may be. Now, keep in mind that statistically, you're going to hear no a lot. That's just the name of this thing we call sales. So, door to door, my beautiful brothers and sisters that are doing that right now, it is notoriously difficult to do your job. That's why I commend you each and every day. You'll hear again and again and again. It's one about the absolute best ways to quickly do home selling. And it gives you the opportunity to always strengthen your presentation based on the objections, the feedback that you get from the customer's home that you're in. Now, before you go out, do your next pitch selling. Why don't we stand back, refresh ourselves on some of the strategies that we've been talking about all week? Or better yet, get organized on the road. Always say, this is what I got. This is what they said. How could I have done that better? And make sure your talk tracks have picked up on the changes that you made because you're going to hear no more than yes. If you ask why no, you'll find out some different reasons, which then you can work on overcoming objections. Once again, Brandon Hardison, President Champion Strategy, with our ongoing series for our friends that are in this sales game. It is the weekend, so no matter what your vertical, hit it hard, plan your work, work your plan, and let's end January in the best position that we can. Once again, Brandon Hardison, President Champion Strategy and spokesperson for Shop Smart Auto, always saying to you, you go out, you make it a champion.